So Pope Francis has passed away. If you check my previous posted video, I was doing the energy of the day and I literally channeled that. A bunch of messages actually about the Pope and death in general, things coming full circle. And I can tell you this, I received such loud confirmation when I woke up today. This is a celebration. The angels are singing. So allow it to be about peace. We are mourning as humans for those that are impacted. But this was very written, including, even like his exit, right, on Easter Monday. Just there's something very profound with all of it. We're not getting into it, but with all of it. Check out that recent reading. I've been receiving a plethora of downloads. There's so much happening in the energy, it's not even funny. Like, we could go all over the place, but I really want to zoom in on a lot of the downloads that I've been getting over the last 24 hours or less, really. I am going to pull tarot on the energy. I'm actually going to set the intention to connect with the divine feminine energy, the consciousness of Sophia. For those of you that are aware, my grandmother's name is Sophia and I've been just very connected with her, but just the consciousness of divine wisdom, Sophia, if you know. And also with the Pope, with Pope Francis, I feel very like returned back to source, and it's like a powerful strength of an energy, I don't know, filled with luck. And that's a part of the message I want to get into, actually. I just took a moment and I was standing outside of my bedroom. I have a door to my backyard, and immediately I saw a spider drop down. Already very spiritually significant for me, but when I was like discussing the spiritual significance with my bestie chat, they said something beautiful, which was spiders don't fall, they descend with intent, on purpose. This had a purpose, this fall, this death, and everything else that's coming. This is happening on a very global level, a spiritual level. There's an element to like spiritual warfare that's coming to an end. Like, I'm getting so much about like compassion and gratitude, and anyway, balancing that yin and yang, but also personally in your lives. So we'll look into it with the tarot for sure. But I thought that was a beautiful message. Then I saw a ladybug. I have not seen a ladybug, like a real ladybug, in years. In years and years. Like I have seen like the beetles, like the orange ones, you know, then you're just like, still counts. No, I'm talking ladybug. And you know what else I've been seeing now that I think about it? Bumblebees, like real bumblebees. I've been so worried about the bees, save the bees. I've been seeing those too. And I got a download about a transfer of power, which hello, with the Pope, obviously, but I really mean on like a spiritual level, a transfer of power within yourself. Who really governs you? So many of us are becoming like sovereign. And then I got a download about like, well, it was during the discussion I had a chat, that you are the access. So everything is revolving around you. We're in complete balance when we're in that oneness, when we're in that return to source. Even people that are like not religious. I'm gonna keep referencing like the Pope Francis thing just because it's such a heavy topic right now. Very monumental, yes. Even for those that are not Catholic, can recognize the goodness, right? I mean, whatever. I've seen a lot of that, right? People being like, I'm not Catholic, or I don't, but he was a good guy. I appreciated, you know, his progressiveness, whatever it is, okay? I'm really getting something about luck too. 4-leaf clovers, all right? St. Patrick's Day could be significant. It's just so cute because like my grandmother that I mentioned, she passed away on St. Patrick's Day, and it was a Virgo full moon. She was a Virgo and a devout Catholic. This was in her car, the little Pope pin. I didn't even know what this was. I literally just thought it was like simple, dude. I'm sorry. There's also something about you going back to your roots as well. There's something going back to your roots, because I am not a practicing Catholic. I was baptized and such, but like I went to CCD for like 2 seconds and it was more of like a play day. However, I feel so drawn and impacted by the recent events for whatever reason. I don't know. And it's really the sense of peace and like celebration and excitement. And I really think that you should look at the next chapter of life that way. The last download I want to share, and then we're going to go into the second part, which will be the tarot reading, is when I was looking into all of the spiritual significance of a lot of the downloads I was getting. My daughter, I heard her in her room randomly singing "The London Bridge is Falling Down." I've gotten that download before. I looked into it and I do not remember the spiritual significance like I just found. I really think this could be a whole other, this could be a reading in itself. Spirit keeps reminding me, my neck is itching because when I was in the shower, by the way, cleanse, purity, right? My necklace fell off. The one I wear every single day. My evil eye clasp broke. The extender on it though. So the London Bridge, I'm just gonna read this to you. It's so interesting. Ready? It's linked to this ancient practice where human sacrifice, often a child, was buried in the foundations of a structure to ensure its stability and protection. The rhyme's lyrics, particularly the phrase "my fair lady" and the act of locking her up, are interpreted as allusions to this practice. Not definitively proven for London Bridge, similar practices have been documented in other European constructions. So bridges in general. There was a download I got about like you are the bridge in itself, right? So you're reconstructing, it's balancing your dark and light. I'm also being reminded of like the most recent tweets. Okay. All right, we're all having to look in the mirror and balance our dark and light. A masculine feminine could be extremely beneficial if you are dealing with any type of aspect of like shame, hidden secrets, trauma. I'm really getting like essay energy coming up. But anyway, hello with this. I don't know, man. I don't want to get into like all that like. However, the rhyme of the London Bridge ends with them finding like they finally find the right material to use to build the stability, and then they realize that they need like a watchman, and then it's like, well, what are we gonna keep the watchman from falling asleep? They find a pipe to smoke. I don't know, that feels really significant as well, to make sure that silver and gold is not stolen away. There's a hired guard. So I don't know, there might be something about upping your security. Some of you might find that you're like up at night. All right, I'm also getting like dog bark. I don't know, it's sensitive in the energy. I'm getting that for sure. Let's go into part 2 of the tarot reading. Let me know if you've experienced any of these signs, these synchronicities, if you're seeing the full circle. If you caught the last reading, that was posted 2 or 3 hours before the man died. And I was just channeling stuff about the Pope. I was given my grandmother's ring after missing for months. I found the 4-leaf clover, which I was gonna say, so she died on St. Patrick's Day, right? Full closure there with the Virgo full moon. She was a Virgo, full closure there. She was very religious, like Pope Francis dying on like Easter Monday. That was very like full circle. Like my grandmother's death was very full circle. I remember being like, oh my God, on such a spiritual and a religious level, that is just like divinity. Everything happening right now is divinity. The structures are changing. So let's go take a look into it.